Hello! I am posting a video with the camcorder in my hand for a change. I'm going to zoom up here. Woo! Normally, this is how you guys are seeing my videos. My boyfriend had this ingenious idea of mounting my tripod to the ceiling to hang upside down right over my work area, which is right here. I thought that was ingenious. So that's how I normally record, but yeah, now I'm sharing a project that I just finished, and so for it to be properly viewed, I am doing the handheld thing right now, so you're probably going to get queasy because I jump all over the place. But anyway, this is my Prima Engraver altered canvas book. I don't know what to call it. I took two 6x6 canvases and made a book out of it. So this is it. I'm going to do a process. I did record some of the process of this. It got to be way too long, and I was like, there is no way I can do every single thing. You know, I can't record every single thing that I'm doing. If I did, it'd be like a 2-hour-long video. So I did finally just stop, and now I'm just going to kind of just go over what I've got here, and then I'll go into the process video so you can see how some of that went anyway. Okay, so like I said, this is two 6x6 canvases. They're kind of deep edge, as you can see, like right here. And I'll have to get I think it's 2 inches. I think they're 2 inch deep. Anyway, so I'm not really going to get too much into what I did because you're going to see that if you continue on a little bit further. But the only thing I didn't record was this part right here where, you know, I attached, these are just, this right here is just a couple of bamboo skewers that I attached the pen nibs, Tim Holtz pen nibs to. And I used an Adirondack color wash and butterscotch to color the bamboo skewers. And I alcohol inked these pen nibs to kind of match the colors of the project. So, oh, and then up here, of course, I wrapped some funky yarn, whatever they call that, up at the top. And I like how that turned out. That was pretty cool. And then I have here the I Am Roses flowers and a couple of the leaves as well. That's from I Am Roses as well. This is a this is a chipboard piece from the engraver line. And I did go in, if you can see right through here, I don't know if you can see very well, but I did go around the edges of all the chipboard pieces with Inca Gold, Viva Color Inca Gold, just to finish that off so that the bare chipboard wasn't, you know, going to show. So I like how that turned out. Here is a candy gem piece from Beverly's store, the Piece by Piece. And I really love her store, so I have a few things from her store. And I'm just now starting to use all this stuff. You don't use this when you're art journaling, so. Anyway, so this is the cover. And you're not really, I guess, really going to even see this because I'm going to display it with it open. And but I thought, yeah, just to finish it off, I would go ahead and do the front cover. And then here is, you know, what you would call, I guess, the binding. I used craft hinges to hinge the two pieces together. Here is the back. I did do some stenciling. You'll see that in the process video as well. I didn't like how it turned out, so I put some Inca Gold over that as well. And I also did a couple of the pieces here on the side as well. So that's how that looks. Then, when you open it up, here's what you got. Let me just do an overall shot right here, and then I'll go do a close-up on each side here. So the process, again, this is all shown in the process, but I think some of the things that I missed you know, at the end of the video is I didn't show where I took some of Beverly's trim here, and I did go in and line the inside of that. And then I have the Butterbee scrap corner, filigree corners there, some more of the chipboard piece from the engraver pack, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. These craft hinges were gold, so I did alcohol ink them to better match the project and where it wasn't just such a bright gold. Then the industrial chic charms hanging down there. And yeah, I really like how this turned out. So let me get a close-up here. There's that. And like I said, you'll see a lot of this, how I did it, if you continue on and watch the process video. I think I covered everything that I didn't record then. And then over here, this is a little mini album that's tucked inside here. Again, this is a chipboard piece from the engraver line as well, with some of the brads from the engraver line that I kind of altered a little bit because, again, they were silver, and so I used, I believe, a copper Viva Inca Gold, sorry. The copper Inca Gold. I kind of splotched everything up to make it look kind of grungy. So I like how that turned out. And then I guess what I can do now is lay this down and show you the album. And then it just comes out like this, and you know, I just set this ribbon, grosgrain ribbon, down with hot glue gun so that it stays in there, and then I can just wrap my album in here. But I like how it fits in there. And of course I'm doing this one-handed, and now I can't get it out. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna get juggly with this thing. So, I'm trying to do this one-handed, and it sucks. I need to have my camcorder back up on the tripod so I can do this properly. Alright, and then, here's just a little album that goes inside it. I haven't really done hardly any decorating at all with this. It's just an accordion. Whoops, it'd help if I got it the right way. There's just some more I Am Roses, a Tim Holtz keyhole. This is a Sizzix die cut from the leaves, branches and leaves and flowers, I think is what it's called. And I used some of the engraver paper to cut that out and tuck in between. And did some fussy cutting for the title. And then you open it up, and it has all these just photo mats, and it's just an accordion folder, accordion album. So this is what it looks like. Then at the back I've got like just this little mini tag that's sitting in there that I cut with the Tim Holtz Tiny Tabs and Tags die. And then the flip side, I have a little game spinner that I threw on here. Like I said, I haven't done too much decorating with this album yet because I don't really know what I'm going to do. But this is what the little mini album looks like. So you just, it's accordion folded, so you just fold it up. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry I'm jumping all over the place. I'm just not used to holding this camcorder. And then it just gets tucked right back in there. This gets tied up. And then it'll sit like this. So I really like how this project came together, and I like how it turned out. I'm very happy with it. I really like this cover. So anyway, it's a really long video for the process, so, if you want to watch it, continue on. But otherwise, this is pretty much it. I will see you guys later. I'm starting a new project. I am going to make a book out of 2 of these 6x6 canvases. And thought I would just go ahead and record the process, because I've never done it before, and hey, something to try out here. So there are a couple of different binding methods that I want to do. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm probably going to wind up making another one with the other binding method I want to use out of the other two. So these are going to be the outside, back, and front covers, and I'm going to hinge them somehow and have them open up, and then I'm going to do like some kind of a little mini book inside, I think, each side, or have a mini book in one side and some kind of just you know, art or something in there. I don't know yet. We're just starting here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got my matte medium out and just plain tissue paper. This isn't the artist tissue paper. This is just tissue paper that you get. I got this from the dollar store, I think. So and I'm going to crumple this up. And I'm going to crumple it up again. Okay. I think that's a good size for that. Take the matte medium. I need a brush. Okay. Now, this one's kind of wet, so. Alright, I'm going to take the matte medium. Get it all over this canvas. And I just want to get the, oh gosh, I gotta think about this. I was saying I just want to get the sides and the front top here, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with the back yet. I may just paper that. I'm not sure. I can always go back and lay this tissue over it if I decide to change my mind. Okay, so I want to leave all that texture in there. I want it to be really crumply looking, because I kind of want this to look like an old worn book. So, and then I'll just go back later and trim off the excess after it dries. But right now, I really want to get this where it's going to be stuck down. Oh, whoops. So those corners came up, but I'm just going to keep it on there. Just add more dimension to it. pouncing it down, just making sure this all sticks on there really good. Don't want there to be any air bubbles, but I want to leave that wrinkly texture in there, so. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone because it's starting to get a little too damp. I'm going to start messing this up. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. I'm going to allow that to dry. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do this one the same way and allow them both to dry, and I'll be back with the next step. Okay, these are dry now. And I like how they turned out. The texture is really good on this with the tissue paper, so I really like how that turned out. All right, so I have 3 colors of Lindy Stamp Gang out. I have dark chocolate truffle, Cadbury milk chocolate, and cattail copper bronze. Brown. Cattail copper brown. And I just wanted to keep this in the brown family because, like I said, I kind of want to make this look like an old worn leather book. So we'll start with the light Cadbury milk chocolate first. See how this goes. Now, I have rubber gloves on because I'm getting ready to make a kind of a mess and I don't want to stain my fingers. So here we go. And I'm going to hope that these don't clog up on me, as they are prone to do. Okay. Set that to the side. Get going on this one. I'm going to do the sides first. I'm starting with a lighter color first because I'm going to build up on top of the color. All right. I'm going to heat set this. So I'm going to heat in between each of the colors I'm going to spray on here. So you know what? This is going to be kind of time consuming, so I'll be right back. All right, so I applied all 3 of those Lindy Stamp Gang brown colors, and I decided that on top of that I was going to kind of fill in with Sukaniko's walnut ink. So I used that spray as well, just to give it a richer brown. So, and also so it wouldn't be quite so shiny, even though some of that glimmer is coming up through. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this kind of dry just on its own for right now, and I'll be back. I am going to use, I have a lot of this paper left over from the Prima Engraver A4 paper pad that I used on a previous project. So I'm going to use that, and I also have a lot of embellishments left over as well because I hardly used any. But I'm going to use that for this canvas book that I'm putting together. So I've pulled out 2 pieces that I want to use to line the inside. So I'm going to cut these down to 6 by 6. Oh, that didn't feel right. I think there's something stuck in my paper trimmer here. Okay, back to where I was. 6 by 6. Bummer, just a little too short. So I need 2 of those pieces. at that size, 6x6. All right. And what I'm going to do is take this. Let me trim that down a little bit. I'm going to distress the edges. Ugh, that still hasn't dried. I don't know why this is taking so long to dry. All right. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Because even though I'm going to distress it, I won't be distressing it that much on the edges. Okay. So I need to just trim this down a little bit. Yeah. Golly. Ugh. That Sukaniko walnut ink is taking a really long time to dry. I even took my heat gun to it and it's just not drying very quickly. Okay. Now I'm going to take a craft knife. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was out of frame here. There we go. Okay. I still think I'm out of frame. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Now I'm going to take a craft knife and I am just going to kind of feel where this opening is here, where that starts to happen. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to do the other one. I don't think I can work on this any further. This is still way too wet, so I think I'm going to have to come back. So what I'm going to do is just cut out this one, just the same, just like I did on that one. And then I'll be back. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to take some of the beeswax pellets and I think I want to have that just kind of to add to the texture. I don't know how much of that I'm going to need. I'm going to keep this out. And I'm just going to come in with a heat gun. And I'm going to start way up high because I don't want those pellets to... I'm going to see how close I can get before those pellets start to move around. Like that's pretty much it then. Okay, so I'm going to start up here and wait for this to melt down. It's going to be kind of time consuming, so I'll be back when that process starts to occur. Okay, so it's starting to melt now. I've had to hold it up really high so that these pellets wouldn't run all over the place. And it's starting to melt, so now I can come down really close on it to get that wax to move around. It's time kind of a time-consuming process, but as you can see, this is really starting to move around on the canvas now, so, and I'm just letting it go wherever. Letting it spread wherever the heck it goes. It's not controlled at all, so. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to finish the other one the exact same way, and I'll be back. Okay, that is done. I really like how that helped continue that aging process with making that look just really old. So, all right, now I'm going to finish this off with a matte finish spray and continue on to the next step. Now you really should do this in a very ventilated area, so that's why I'm going to break right now, because I'm going to go outside to do this. Okay, I am back to these pieces now, and I've got my I've got my glue gun heating up right now, so that when I finish with this, I can go right into it. But what I'm doing is taking the Tim Holtz little distressor, and I am going all around the edges on the inside of this and also on the outside. And you just want to make sure that when you're using this, that you hold it really taut right at this place where you're distressing it. Otherwise, you're going to tear this. So I've already done the other one, and I'm finishing up this one. I just kind of wanted to save time by doing that, but still showing what I did to get this look here. And that looks pretty good to me. And I just want to put it against here, make sure everything's lined up good enough anyway. I think I'm going to have this where it's like that. Okay, so now I want to ink the edges, and I'm using the Distress Ink and Walnut Stain because I want the edges to look like they're kind of burned. You know, burned a little bit. So I'm going to first go on the outside here and just distress that up. That's why I'm using such a dark ink on this. Because like I said, I just kind of want to really, like maybe the edges of this were burned a little bit. And then I'm going to go on the inside and hold on to that really good so that I don't tear anything. Just go right in. And ink that up. Okay, so this is what we've got, what it kind of looks like. So you can see. All right, my hands are messy now. All right, I've also cut out a couple of pieces from the paper to fit inside as well. And I cut bigger than the size of the opening because, and that's why I'm not going to do any distressing on around this, is because once it's in there you won't even see it. But I definitely wanted to make it where, you know, when you look in it, there isn't a border of this back canvas because I didn't paint this or anything. So it's in its raw form, and because I want to cover it up, I did cut these bigger than the opening. So I'm hoping I'm not going to have a problem getting that laid down. So I guess we'll see. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to set these pieces in. I got a bunch of fuzzy pieces all over my craft paper here. All right. back to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my glue gun and just give it a good, I'm going to stand up, a good squirt. Hurry up before this dries. Get this plopped down in there. So that I can still move it around a little bit. Now the heat, ooh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. The heat from that glue gun has remelted the wax that I put on the back side of this. So, all right, and I didn't line that up exactly how I wanted it. So I may have to come back in and do something on the inside with paint on that, because it does look like you're going to see that. Yeah, so, all right. So yeah, I may have to go around that with paint. That was kind of hard to do with that hot glue because it, you know, hardens so quickly. So maybe I'll switch it up for this one and instead use the quick dry adhesive. This is Helmar 450. That way I can still move it around. Oh my gosh. That way I can still move it around to get it to go slide around where I want. More than likely that end is going to be where my album is going to sit, so I don't know that I'm going to worry too much about that. Okay, my glue's not coming out very good. What in the heck? There's something in there clogging that up. Yeah, I'm making a mess. Okay. It really didn't help it. Oh my gosh. This is pretty awful. God, I would take the main cap off, but then I'm afraid it's all going to come out in one a big old glump. Oh boy. Well, I wanted to use the quick dry because I want to be able to continue working, but this is not working out very well for me, so let me see. I think I'm just going to go in with just some other kind of glue that I know will come out quick. Yeah, that came out a heck of a lot better. Alright, so then I'm just going to take this, slide it in. Get it in there for right now so I can move it around. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have painted the canvas underneath, so I think the next time I do this, I will do that. I'm going to paint the canvas on the inside, so okay, I'm just kind of spreading that out, making sure the glue is all over. All right. So now I've got both my pieces here. And what I'm going to do is take my hot glue gun and I'm going to do one side at a time so that this doesn't set up. And I probably should have my glue gun helpers with me right now. Oh, where are those? That's useless. Oh shoot, I need a glue stick. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to do that all the way around here and then with this other one. And I'll be back. Okay, so this is how those turned out. I did go in and paint the inside of this with metallic rust Lumiere paint because I just wanted it to be more finished. I wanted it to have a more finished look. And then I took some Liquitex acrylic inks and then just did like some little splatters on the inside there. Yeah, so now I have decided that what I want to do is come in on the back side of this piece right here, and I'm going to go in with a Martha Stewart stencil and some of her stucco paint effect, and I'm going to stir that up really good. And then I'm going to take some of that. That's probably way too much. I never know how much to put in here for a project and always wind up underdoing it and not having enough, but that's where I'm going to start. And I'm going in with some golden iridescent gold fine just to color this. I'm going to mix it up. Yeah, I think I have way too much, but that's okay. Maybe I'll do something on the sides. So, going to take this, and I do kind of want to have a little bit of a raised image on that, so although I don't think you're ever really going to see the back side of it because I think I'm going to keep this opened up, but Right, like I said, I want a really thick coating of that because I really want that to be raised. Kind of smudgy, but that's okay. Alright, then I think I may take some of the smaller bits here. Okay, just wanted to clean up a little bit of that. Like I said, it's not like you're really even going to see the back of this. But just kind of come up here on the top, do like some corner. Okay, let me think about this for a minute, because it's going to open like that. So where you may see something is here on the side. So I think I'm going to come in like this. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Then I think what I'll do, see, hold on. That's on the top, so I think on this one, on the side, I'll come down here on the bottom and do one. Alright, got that ready to go, so then I'll come down here on, yeah, this may be a little smudgy because I can't hold it really flat. Yeah, kind of smudgy, but that's okay. I say that a lot when I screw up. It's like, oh, whatever mistake I made, but that's okay. Alright, so I think that's good enough. So I'm going to let this dry and I'll be back. Okay, so this process video is getting just way too long. So I am just gonna, from this point going forward, just gonna get you caught up with what I've done. I went in with the eye hooks. I took some eye hooks that I got from Lowe's, screwed them into the wood part of this canvas on the back side, and then I just attached some charms that I thought went with the paper line really well. So, you know, I have some keys here that I attached with jump rings, and you know, I have this industrial chic piece as well that you know, just like opens up, and I'm gonna put like a little something little itty bitty in there because it does, well, hold on, you know, it opens up like so. So I'm thinking I'll put some little something or other in there. I did put a little teeny tiny piece of the engraver line paper in here, and then I covered the top of that with glossy accents. So that's the part that I've got done so far. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking a couple of the chipboard pieces from the paper line, and yeah, all of a sudden I've lost a piece. Here it is. And all I did is took some Inca Gold, and I've gone around the chipboard piece with that Inca Gold to finish that off, because it's gonna, you know, kind of sit right here like so. So I'll be hot gluing that down when I get some other pieces. So all I did was take, you know, some of this Inca Gold, and here's another chipboard piece I'm going to use. So I'm just using this is also just a brush stick tool, and I'm just going around, you know, the edges just to finish it off so it's not the bare chipboard showing here. And then this piece is going to sit, you know, kind of like so, with a couple of brads from the paper line stuck through the center, top and bottom here. So that's where I'm at right now, and the next step is to glue some ribbon to the back of this that's going to hold my little mini album inside this. So the next step will be just putting that album together, and I'll be back.